Welcome to the channel, and in this video I will be reviewing the Condor TERRASAUR. Now, the first section of this video will be from last week, and I had this knife out of the box, unsharpened, and you'll see what I think of it then. And the second part of this video will be me using this knife after I've put a mirror edge on it and ground the spine to a 90. I've got some decent feather stick wood out of that big round, and I'm going to attempt a feather stick with this reasonably blunt blade. I have made a start. See how it goes. I'm fighting with it. Although the angle of the grind is pretty good, it is so blunt, I am struggling. Now, I shouldn't really be struggling on that. Another thing I've found, I think it's very narrow there. I think the blade's a little bit on the long side as well. I'll compare it with my bush tool. Really narrow there. Where you want that bit of purchase, it's very narrow. Blade length, it's about a centimetre longer. Now, to be fair, you can't really compare a £40 knife with a £300 custom knife. You just can't, and I make these to suit myself. I think with a bit of jiggery pokery, a good sharpening, and grind the spine down. Let's try it with a ferro rod anyway. Well, it's sparking. It's just not brilliant. Yes, I think she needs a bit of work, and she won't be a bad knife at all. I'm going to reserve my judgment until I've sharpened it properly and put a good 90 on that spine. Check the grind out. Really uneven. But it is a £40 knife after all. Yeah, I do find it a bit too long. Making them tiny curls with the tip just seems a bit far away. So that's my first look at the TERRASAUR. Yes, I'm keeping it small, keeping it short, because I want to give it a good going over and make sure it's a good knife before I start. Sharp edge, sharp spine. But that's not too bad. Let's face it, that's not too bad. First thing, I've got some nice wood here for feather sticking. So before I do any batoning or any heavy work with this, I'm going to make a feather stick, see how well it performs, because I don't know if that's going to chip or roll. If I hit a knot, I don't know. So I'm going to make a feather stick first. Now, I've got to tell you, I had a hell of a job to sharpen this thing. I've got a mirror edge on it. Boy, was it difficult. The grind on it was absolutely terrible. It really was atrocious. I had to put it on my belt grinder to take some meat off it in certain places, so I could actually put it on the stones and do a good job of it. And I was quite a while on the DMTs. Started off with extra coarse to flatten it, and I think in total it probably took me an hour and a half. And bear in mind, I've sharpened a lot of knives and I know how to sharpen knives, and that took a long time, but it is now ridiculously sharp, and the spine is nice and sharp too. This is the bundle I kept. Let's pick a nice one. This one. Nice bit of straight grain there. That's a marked improvement. Now, I'm not going to bore you with me making this feather stick. I'll come back to it about 5 minutes in. I'm going to see if I can make a really big one, a really nice one. I'm finding a bit of a blunt spot towards the middle. When I say blunt, it's not actually blunt, but it's dulled a little bit. Well, that's unfortunate, but I'm not a big fan of this 1095. I think it's the kind of stuff you want a bit more of an obtuse bevel on. It's tough stuff, we know that. We've seen plenty of people hammering 1095 through logs, and it's been great. But for that fine edge, I don't think it is the best steel for the job. But it is only 42 quid. Let's light them up. Now they should go up just fine. Well, that worked just fine, but I am finding my ferro rod's got a few ups and downs in it, and that doesn't help. That's my fault. I have my trusty baton, or baton, if you're in the US of A, the baton, and let's make some kindling and some feather stick wood. Right then, first thing I'm finding, when I'm holding this in my left hand to baton with my right, that handle is really slippery, and I did not expect that. I thought it would have some grip on it, but it's very slippery. I'll do the edge test on my nail. Yeah, not too bad, feeling a little bit of feedback, but not too much. Now that wood is soft. That is easy stuff to split. So I'm going to try it through a knot now. I think I expected too much for it there. Edge is okay. That handle is really slippery. Now I'm going to stop there, because that's not safe. No way is that safe. That handle is too slim, too slippery for that. No way. I'm going to have to use a baton. Well, the edge held up fine to a couple of knots, no problem at all, but that wood isn't particularly tough. Major design flaw, this handle. It's too slim, it's too slippery. When you compare it to the Garberg, and lots of people compare it to the Garberg, I'm not sure of the price difference. I know the last stainless Garberg I bought was only £20 more than that. I have got my carbon Garberg with me to do a size comparison when I've done here. Let's shave some sticks. These sticks need splitting down a bit more, so I'll do it Kochanski style, because if the knife doesn't work Kochanski style, it's no good. Rotten wood. Yeah, you can see a bit of rot in there. Oh well, fat feather sticks it's going to be then. And we got a knot there. Not bad. It shaves pretty good after it's been sharpened properly, but this handle for me is definitely no good. It's too slim. Because of the length of the blade, I'm choking up a bit here and it's just digging in there with me. I think if I made 6 of these, which a lot of people say 6 feather sticks is the optimum for a good fire. I don't usually make 6, but some people say that. That's going to hurt my hand. Splitting, doing it down on the block that way is dangerous. No way will I do that again with it. Not a chance. I'm going to use my Garberg now, because I do think it deserves a comparison. My carbon Garberg. This has also been sharpened to a 0 Scandi, so not the grind you get with it. But I'll tell you one thing, that took a lot less time because it was an accurate grind. That didn't take long to flatten, probably half the time of that, and I didn't have to put it on the grinder. Garberg wins, hands down. Handles more comfortable, it just handles better, it's a better knife. Yes, I know it costs more, and I do prefer the carbon over the stainless. I'm not a massive fan of the stainless steel Garberg. I know the handle's exactly the same, the sheath you get's exactly the same, but there's just something about that stainless I don't like. I just don't. The carbon one, on the other hand, I think it's a great knife. And I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Garberg. It's mainly because of the shape of the blade. I don't like that belly. I think that should be shallower for carving duties. Whoever designed it thought because it's a multi-purpose knife, that belly be good for skinning, which they may have. I don't see any point in it personally. But apart from that belly, this is a damn good knife. Right, back to the TERRASAUR. Well, I think I've done enough work with this now to make my mind up and give you my honest opinion. I don't mind the sheath. For what you're getting, the sheath's fine. That slides off. You know, if you want to carry it around your neck or something, just put some cord, some tape, job done. Kohanski carry. Belt, it's a bit small. I've been keeping it on my dangler from Castrom because that's great bit of kit. And the sheath's just fine. It's sturdy. You know, you're going to fall on it, nothing's going to happen. But here's my opinion on this. You know my opinion on this. But I came into this review with a preconception. That preconception was this knife is a beater. But I thought that edge was going to roll after I zeroed it. Well, it didn't. So I'm pleased about that. But I did not think that handle would be that uncomfortable. For me, anyway. Sticky out tang, well, I didn't feel the need to use it for anything. I know the Garber's got it, and you know, you can beat it through a tree if you want. But to be honest with you, I won't be using that knife again. I will be putting it up for sale because that handle is no good. It's too slim, it's too slippery, it's too uncomfortable. I think if they'd put a bit more thought into it, shortened the blade, shortened the handle, put a bit more meat on it, it would have been a good knife. But then I'm not a knife designer. I test them, I make them, and I make them to how I like them, and I know they don't break, and I know they're comfortable. That, nah, no way. I'd prefer to buy a Mora any day of the week. I'd prefer my Mora Robust to that. I think the Mora Robust is an excellent knife, and it's a fraction of the cost of that. You could buy a Mora Robust, you could also buy a ferro rod with it, or you could get a custom sheath for the Mora Robust. Just spend a bit of time sharpening the edge, grinding the spine. Robust's a great knife. That I do not like, and as far as I'm concerned, I won't be using it again. If you want to buy it, let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And a thumbs up is always appreciated. Terra. I'm not a fan of the stainless Garberg. I just don't like the steel. It doesn't act. I know this sounds a bit crazy, but I've played with a lot of knives and I do know my shit. No, we scrap that. Scrap that, start again. Sounds a bit clever. Yes, I'm not a massive fan of the steel on the carbon. Oh, fucking hell, Des. So I'm going to make a feather stick first. Then I'm going to smash the fuck out of it through some logs. Welcome to the channel, and in this video I'm going to be... Oh, I've fucking done it again. Welcome back to the channel. Oh no, you could be new people. Welcome to the channel, and in this video I'm going to Welcome to the channel, and in this video I will be reviewing the Condor TERRASAUR. Now, these sticks need splitting down a bit more, so I'll do it Kohanski style, because if the knife doesn't work Kohanski style, it's no good. it's a bit thick.